7:02 p.m. on September 14th, 2016. We'll do a quick roll call. State your name, please.
Thomas Cooney.
Tom Cooney.
John Regan.
Rick Riley.
Laura Gandia.
Greg Lapine.
Present. All those members are present. The rest are absent from the meeting this evening. But we do have 5 members. That's good. So both Tom and Greg are alternates. I'm going to appoint both Tom and Greg to the board this evening for case number 2002-16.
Thank you.
We'll start, I guess. I don't really have any other business, so why don't we just go right into the case at this point. So, are you the applicant?
Yes.
Okay. If you want, you can come forward and just have a seat right here at the front. And before we get started, I will say that your check was for more than what we actually needed for the post office fees.
Good.
They do not give change, so I had to get the exact change in stamps. Okay? It's not the first time it's happened.
It's like,
There's some weird values in there, but they're all legitimate stamps.
Thank you.
I did the best I could to
resident
get.
stamps, you collect them.
Well, you know, some of them are 2 cents, I think, whatever it took to come up with the exact amount. I don't want to be accused of stealing a couple pennies. So that's your change. And if you would like to go ahead
Can I
and,
see that? Can you see that?
this one?
Yep. All right, this is case number 2016-2. Name of applicant is Luana Vollmer.
Yeah.
Owner of property is the same. Location of property, 3 Riverview Circle, map 6, lot 50. The applicant is seeking a variance from LZO 300 setback. The proposed detached garage would be located 10 feet from the side setback, where a minimum of 20 feet side setback is required.
All right, we do have a letter of denial on file from the code enforcement officer. I believe that's part of the package.
Rich, was the meeting posted, what, last month?
Meeting was posted last month in the HLN.
Okay.
It was actually posted and reposted,
Okay.
because I had initially called out the wrong ordinance. I didn't realize that when they changed or updated the ordinances for 2016, they really messed up the whole setback piece. I understand they're gonna change it again for 2017.
Why not?
I see comments.
It's kind of confusing because it goes from one section to another section, so, yeah, it's under the
This-
comment section, that's code enforcement, yeah.
Yep, Code Enforcement Officer's decision and comments. The proposed structure would be located 10 feet from the sideline, so a variance to section 502.02, which is actually section 300, based on the updated ordinance. See section 300 with the chart, residential. All other, is that what it is? All other uses? No?
All other,
The sideline setback for
something.
a guideline is 20.
all other something. Bottom line is, it's like 502.02 covers a description of setbacks,
Right.
but the actual specifics of the setback requirements are covered now under section 300. So that's what Kevin was trying to say in those comments.
And would you like me to read this?
Sure, we do have a letter from a butter, so if you wouldn't mind posting that or reading that into
This
the
again
record.
is for case 2006-02. R is sent to this variance application. We are the abutters at 5 Riverview Circle. If the board approves this variance application, our common property line with Mrs. Vollmer's will be as little as 10 feet from the proposed location of the detached garage she intends to build. So our property will be much closer to this garage than will the property of any other abutter. However, we have no objections to Mrs. Vollmer's variance application and also assent to a zoning board decision approving Mrs. Volma's variance application and granting her the variance. Dated August 2nd, signed by Michael J. DiCola, that's D-I-C-O-L-A, and Catherine DiCola.
Perfect. All right,
So that's being recorded as.
yep, do you need this?
What, I'd like to follow.
Yep. All right. So at this point, what we'll do is we'll ask you to go ahead and present your points or responses to the criteria, the 5 criteria that you're supposed to reply to in order to
All
get the
right, they were
variance.
all written in the application. I'm not quite sure if you need just me to reread them.
Narrate, reread, yeah, exactly. It's all part of getting it into the record.
Elaborate so we can ask questions and stuff like that.
All right, so what I'm applying for is a reduction of the side lot setback along the south side lot line to 10 feet, allowing for construction of a 24 by 24 barn-style garage to be built behind the existing residential structure. By behind, I mean alongside and in back of. Along with, which would allow access from the existing driveway, so there wouldn't be any need for adding new driveways and, you know, limiting, keeping the green area as much as possible. Number 1 point, the variance will not be contrary to the public interest because the purpose is for building a quality structure that will increase property value, add to aesthetic value and appearance, provide privacy for the subject property, and also provide privacy for the direct butter, DeCola. It would almost act like a fence between the two properties a little bit. The spirit of the ordinance is observed because the proposed variance allows for improvement while preserving necessary access to the back of the lot, a safe distance between the structures, and it does not infringe on the abutters. The only abutter that it really affects is DeCola, and he agrees that it would be an improvement. Any questions or objections to the
Not at this
first 2
point.
points? Okay, number 3, substantial justice is done because the orientation of the 30-year-old existing structure to the lot line is such that the 20-foot setback would limit placement of the proposed structure to infringe on the existing and established landscaping, hardscaping, fruit trees, and it would also not have a positive aesthetic value. It would basically, you know, look like someone put up a barn right behind the house if I did that, and it just wouldn't add at all to aesthetic value or the value. I do have an aerial view from Google Maps too that I brought in case anyone has any questions on that. It's obvious to see when you look at the lot lines.
That'd be good, good.
Once you
The
finish.
The values of the surrounding properties are not diminished because the plan quality improvement would increase the value of the subject property, add to aesthetic value, and not infringe on surrounding property. Again, it would be an improvement. It wouldn't detract in any way. Literal enforcement of the provisions of the ordinance would result in an unnecessary hardship because the residential dwelling, again, it was built on the subject property 30 years ago with an extended front setback because of the established building landscape, the driveway, and the sloping backyard to the Merrimack River, and that portion, that sloping backyard to the Merrimack River, is owned, but it's unbuildable land. There's no reasonable alternative to adding a detached structure of that size. Completion of the proposed structure would still allow generous emergency access with over 60 feet between the abutter's existing building. When he said 10 feet, that means 10 feet to the lot line. The actual distance between the two buildings would be 60 feet. And the proposed use is as a barn-style garage and equipment storage with existing 4-bedroom family. I have a 4-bedroom home. I have children. I need reasonable storage for autos, outdoor equipment, wood. I burn wood in a wood stove in the winter, and I have no space.
Common theme.
That's it.
Can you, show us the maps that you were talking about? If you don't mind, you can just bring it up, or
You know, I
Yeah,
have
well,
to
you
say
have a
something.
copy of the
This
plot
print
plan?
is spectacular.
the handwriting?
Thank
Did you notice
you.
that? I have to look at it to see whether it's actually like you typed this somehow. It's some
I
funny
didn't,
font or something.
mark anything on here specifically, but this is a subject property. Everything that does not have grass on it is unbuildable back here. You can see that they set the house so far back, there is absolutely no space here. The garage will go approximately where this is right now.
What is that right now?
A garden, a couple of sheds. It's kind of a messy area. It's
Okay.
gonna take away that mess and put a garage there.
That's
to
a
kind of
like a little shed right there in the back. Right?
Yeah.
Down below?
Yeah, there's actually
Oh, this
two,
is the
there's
driveway.
actually two sheds there. There's one here and one here with a garden area in between.
So it's like the space is already allocated.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yep.
I'd be moving, probably disposing of two sheds.
Yeah.
Do you have an existing garage?
I
What-
do.
So this right here, is this
Yep.
the garage?
Yep, that is a garage.
Okay,
On the side of the house?
this right here is a garage already.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a two-car garage. It does have, there are steps up to the house, so I have like a platform inside, which takes away, and right now, like I said, I'm doing, cordwood for heating, and to try and put 3 cords of wood in that garage with the 2 vehicles, I don't have room for the lawnmower, I don't have room for anything.
Yeah. Is this going to be used as a garage for more vehicle
It
storage?
will be used as a garage.
So you'll be extending the driveway into it, or?
Yes, and the driveway would be extended. I don't know if I will use hard pavement to extend that or just gravel. It'll be a minimal distance, probably like 7 feet, I think.
So, okay, you said now, what is the distance from the adjacent house to the property lot line? Did you say it was 60 feet or something?
Is that 60 feet from building to building?
Yep, from the edge of this building to where the edge of the proposed garage is, it would actually be 10 feet into that area, and that's 60 feet.
Into,
So the tree line, the trees there like formulate the property line more or less.
The tree line on one side does, the tree line on the other side is about 10 feet
Yeah.
into his property. into
so,
the south
I'm
property.
I'm still, you get what you
I
said?
get it, so she's saying from
Does this help? too?
here,
No.
right?
I wanna, yeah.
From the edge of his house to here, to where the
To-
new garage is gonna be
Yep,
60
to
feet.
the edge of that.
Right here.
And you can see the sheds. here.
So you're saying that, okay, so you take 10 feet off, so it's 50 feet from here to the
Right.
property line.
Right.
And the other guy's
Yep.
house.
You know, the,
Yeah.
I would have concern only if your neighbor had a driveway on the same side, and you were
Yeah.
squishing all that
We had this issue once.
property together. He's got the driveway on the other side.
Correct.
That side of his house is, I don't wanna say it's unbuildable, but all he would wanna do is put an addition on the side of his house. He wouldn't put a barn over there, he wouldn't put anything like that over there. Just by looking at it, he might be able to build that way, in which case
You know
this
what I
would
mean?
be tight.
It's-
That's what I was worried about. He wanted
But
an
all
addition.
of
he
his
did,
business, all
still
of
gonna be set
his
back.
driveway and so forth are on the other side.
Yeah, even if he did build at the 20-foot, there'd still be 30 feet in between, and there are a couple
But just
small.
recognize that you getting a variance, he gets a variance too. He wants to be 10 feet close to the property line, which puts those two buildings 20 feet apart, which
I
is
see
what
what
we're
you're
here to
saying.
avoid.
Yep,
Okay, so the less, it's possible, but, you know, just like you, all of his working business is on the other side of the house.
Yeah.
The only thing he could do is build an addition on that side, and what kind of an addition would he build?
Family room.
Breezeway, family room, not a breezeway, but a family room, small family room. It wouldn't be
I don't know what's in
a
there.
50-foot addition.
But it looks
He's already
like,
got a big house otherwise, right?
yeah.
and he has a garage and looks
Yeah.
like maybe a breezeway on the house next to you? the
Yes,
Depolas?
yes, they're all 3 of them in a row, so my abutters on both sides and myself are all basically the same
Style.
style, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, colonial or garrison, with a 2-car attached garage and a family room in between, so.
Curious, just to promote my discussion, what, do you know, have you been in that house? In that neighbor's house ever?
Yes,
What is on that side of the house?
Living room,
That's the great room, front to
Yep.
back?
front to back living room.
Fireplace on that wall,
Yep.
on that outside wall?
Yes.
Okay.
So, why didn't you wanna push the garage over and back a little bit?
Well,
Why wouldn't you push the garage over 10 feet, so it's kinda behind the house? What
so
are
it's
the-
behind the house.
Or you- Yeah,
I do have some established, well, the deck, there's an established pond there, 2 apple trees. I wouldn't wanna go into that. Also, the view of the river is important to me. You would need to add more drive, and I would probably have to do a side entry if I was going to do that. So not only would the drive need to be extended, but it would need to be extended much further, to the length of the, it just, I tried doing things like that and it didn't work out.
even if you could push it over a little bit, just to,
Well, it does overlap as it's drawn right now with the house.
Is that a site plan right there?
Yeah, I have more of them too.
Oh, yeah, please. I'm sure there's,
thought you had
if you can just give me
copies.
one or two, then everybody can have a chance to look at it at the same time.
Oh, that's the shed.
Oh, look at you.
there it- yeah.
I love you techies.
Doesn't give you much more than the, what's over the picture.
So it's basically 10 feet right from the corner of the existing house, too. Oh, you got one? Oh, you got one too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm
now everybody's
sharing.
got one.
Can it be that? Can it be that?
So, yeah.
Well, it could be attached, you couldn't.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
That's what
if you,
we're trying to get.
if you were to push it in, then the corner of the garage of the
Would limit the
barn would basically tuck into the back of the garage, and you'd limit the space between the two facilities, the two buildings.
Correct. I'd probably have to make access from the south side then
Yeah, she's worried about the
and
view.
extend the driveway along the south side if I did that.
Oh, I see, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't buy that.
To do
Oh,
that,
that's that map,
the
yeah.
driveway
Is it
now
over
comes
here?
over here.
Instead of 10,
Right.
it's gonna get
So you'd be
short.
getting a variance for driveway
Is it over
versus the
10?
building.
Well, technically, driveway's not a permanent structure, so it should be all right with the driveway.
But then if she twists it, then it's gonna be,
Interesting.
What are
Well, at
the,
least this drawing shows trees, you can see all that.
I don't know.
what are the
The
boxes
existing
in the
shrubs.
diagram?
Those are sheds, I think.
Those are the existing sheds that would go away.
Dotted
Yeah,
lines,
yeah. Well, there's 2 sheds that would probably go away. There's 2 other structures, small structures there.
see, she did move it here,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
then
What's the
it's gonna
blue,
be.
what's the blue,
no, that wouldn't.
picture, the
No, I
blue,
wouldn't.
Is that the pond
is
you're
that a
talking
pond
about?
or, is that a pond or? No, there's a,
So you
It's
know
a
what
lot-
they're taking in, straighten it up.
blue box. Doesn't look like a pool. It
Oh,
can't be
that's
pool.
a roof. That's a roof on a
Just a roof.
small, it's a coop. It's a roof on a coop.
So it's only 2 or 3 feet.
King coop?
But how's she gonna do that though?
Well, that's what I'm saying, you can twist it.
So this looks like it's going right where
So
that
the
coop
corner
is.
Catching the,
That would be the
That-
coop, that would
Right in
have been
here.
the coop, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the old coop out and building over it, and leaving the back corner shed in place.
No, the back corner shed would have to be moved.
Move it.
All 3
Yeah.
sheds are being moved, right?
Yeah. The back corner shed is actually, not compliant with a 10-foot setback at this point. That needs to be moved. That's part of correcting things there.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be compliant with a 10-foot setback, it looks like.
Which I didn't realize. I thought the lot was over 11.4 feet, and when I had it,
Surveyed?
surveyed, I found out I actually was 11.4 feet off on both sides, yeah, so.
She needs to get it here. I think it's gonna be like sugar between the house and the barn.
Guys, got any other questions?
Nope.
For the
I don't.
applicant? All right, at this point, I would ask if there's any public input. However, I don't see anybody
There's
here
no
besides
public.
yourself. I guess I don't need to ask that question. Typically, if we have more questions, we can ask them, but I can ask if we want to make a motion to close public input.
I
And
will make a motion to close public input.
Second.
Well,
Oh,
I'm trying to find your house on maps.
The odds and the evens are mixed up. I don't know if that
Well,
makes a difference.
Maybe just to get a front visual, just to see the two
Yep.
houses side by side would be interesting.
you're
I
driving
can
down
help
the
you
road.
if you'd like.
Driving down Street View, yeah.
It's,
You can't
it's
quite get-
yellow with green shutters.
Is it yellow?
The
Okay.
house across the street is yellow with brown.
Oh.
So I'm the yellow with green.
all right, so we have a motion to close public input, and we have a seconded, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so 5-0 opposed. At this point, we'll just discuss, deliberate, and, if we have questions, we can ask questions, otherwise
Right.
we'll do a vote. Okay? So,
So do you wanna go through, talk about the criteria, you wanna just have a discussion?
I don't think we need to go point by point, unless anybody feels as though there's a motion to either approve or deny, I'll entertain
Well, I'll just,
a motion.
I guess that, you know, I wouldn't, we had this issue before, and I think you were alluding to it, John, because it was two driveways side by side, and there would be no distance between them.
Right.
In that case, when he wanted to build a garage. This is up on Century Lane. But in this case, garage is on the other side.
Right.
So the only issue is here, if this guy wanted to, he's got 50 feet to work with. So if he wanted to put on an addition, 50, so he could only put on a 30-foot addition.
I think
Yeah, and also, keep in mind, that's the person who actually submitted the letter saying that they support the application too.
Yeah,
so-
but you gotta think in the future too, if somebody else
But I
living
think
there.
that person still has his setback, he's not, this variance isn't gonna affect what he wants to build. So if he wants
Right.
to build up to, there's no effect on him.
If he builds up, right, if he builds
Right,
up
he
to
can
his
build
20
whatever he
foot,
wants.
he can do what he wants.
Right.
But this kind of precedence being set here, hey, my neighbor got a 10-foot setback, why can't I get and build 10 feet closer to my property
But
line?
now the facts are different because you have something
Right.
that's received a variance or that was approved and granted by the zoning board, so you
Yeah.
have a different fact pattern now
right.
to deal with. So he may not get that particular variance.
Because now this building is in place and it's too
Yeah.
close. Gotcha.
You don't
It's no
want
longer the
to
same
deny, I wouldn't
scenario.
want to deny something because of
Yeah.
speculative,
Right. No,
speculation.
you can't,
of
but just so the
the
record's
future.
clear that that person can still build.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Their rights are not affected at all.
correct.
Yeah, I think where it's set back so far from the street, I can't see how it poses any safety issues. It doesn't seem to diminish any surrounding property values.
Well, it's
Nothing
not
behind
crowding either, I guess, so.
And I mean, you know, I struggle a little bit with just 5, but she has really no other place to put it that's gonna work, logistically work. I mean, if she
Based on
moves it
the
over.
existing landscaping and
Right.
so forth.
Well, not even the
that's what I
landscape, I
see,
just,
yeah.
just the house. If she was to move it 10 feet over, that's gonna be like, what, 4 feet from the house? So, and moving back and over is gonna be in the middle of her backyard.
She can't move back and over because they can't build back there.
No, she could move it back in this,
You
this
can go back a
area.
ways,
So
yeah.
she could go back and over,
But
but then it's
then-
in the middle of her backyard.
And you gotta extend the driveway even
Right.
further and further, yeah. I
That's
understand the logic.
You still have the hardship rule, right?
Right.
So the unnecessary hardship, that means owing to special conditions of the property, well, I guess that's, excuse me, the way the house was built and located, but, I mean, well, they don't have
Yeah, I
much,
think the
they don't have
existing
much option.
configuration of the lot
Yeah.
seems like a reasonable location, otherwise it's just gonna continue to.
And she has the extended front setback to that cut into all this.
So,
So
I mean,
I
I'm
will,
prepared.
I will make a motion to grant the applicant's request for a variance pursuant to section 300 of the Litchfield zoning ordinance to build a garage 10 feet into the 20-foot side setback.
All right, so we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second from John. Any discussion? Let's take a vote. All those in favor for the motion to approve the variance for the 10-foot encroachment into the 20-foot setback. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's granted 5-0, so your application's
Thank
granted
you.
at this point.
Thank you.
You need to wait 30 days in case anybody wants to appeal the decision.
Okay,
And then after that, you can work with your
Okay.
builder and the code officer and move forward with your plans.
all right, good.
But you gotta allow that 30 days for anybody who wants to appeal.
Before you sign any checks. Commit yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Too
thank
late,
you.
our checks have already been signed, right?
So, oh, by the way, this is what the garage is gonna look like? or-
Similar to that, yeah, not exact, but similar.
Yeah.
In different color.
Copies, that stays with the case. And this is spare, that
Can I
stays
get
with
the,
case.
plans back? The
Yeah.
plot plans for use? That would be great.
We have one for the,
One for the record, I have that one.
that was part of the application.
That's it.
And this you can have if you like.
All right, thank you.
So this is theirs.
You have one in there, a plan?
Do you need this? I don't necessarily need this, but I wouldn't mind having it.
You can have
I'll leave it in the record then.
And we have the plan, a copy of that plan.
You have the plan?
I do.
Yep. Here's your paper.
This one, right?
Yes.
Certified plot plan? Yep, got that.
So can I call that Exhibit C?
I don't know if we wanna go through and label
Oh, we
them.
don't do that?
Well, we do, but that was part of the application, so we could or we could not.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on if you want.
Nope.
I mean, if you want to call the plot plan an exhibit, could we reference that in the discussion?
That would be exhibit one.
One.
Well, was that, letter from the abutter an exhibit?
You can go ahead and make that.
Is that
It came
one?
in after the application. Exhibit two, sure.
And then the aerial, she had a map.
Aerial photograph
Would
of
be
the exhibit.
Is that B? I didn't,
We
C.
can do 1, 2, 3, or ABC, so there'll be 3.
okay.
1, 2, 3,
So the letter, the aerial map, and the site plan.
correct.
Okay, got it.
What do you wanna build one of those garages?
So then let's go ahead and make, just to be consistent.
Let me label them.
Certified plot plan is 1. The abutter's letter in support of the variance would be 2. And then the aerial would be 3.
Perfect.
That'll be it. All right,
Do we have
I
any
don't-
other business?
I don't have any other business
Then
for
I will
this
make a
evening.
motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn at 7:30. All those in favor?
Aye.
Don't we have to write this first?
Nope.
You doing it?
Aye.
Aye.
You can do the rough draft, I'll do the final draft while I'm in Quebec.
Who seconded the motion?
I made a motion to adjourn. John's second.
John seconded. All those in favor said aye.
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 5-0.